I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself.
Yeah, good day, viewers. Honestly, this video will surprise a lot of people. This is what Nnamdi Kanu said. So many things he said before he was arrested illegally in Kenya. You know, this video will make a lot of people understand the type of human being that young man is. And one of the reasons why I have been saying that even the federal government of Nigeria needs that type of human being more than he needs himself. I don't know why they are just being very, very insensitive. I don't know why they are not seeing all these things very clearly. You know, some couple of times ago, a lot of people called to say that Nnamdi Kanu is very, very insultive, that insults a lot of people. Let me tell you this, that there is no way you can decide to be so real, you can decide to be so sincere about that issue of Nigeria and not insult anybody, because a lot of people will feel you are insulting them when you are telling the truth. Honestly, it is just like this issue of corruption we're talking about in Nigeria. How to permanently remove that system of corruption from Nigerian government. It is just like the same thing, because there is no way you can decide to make to do everything possible to make sure that corruption leaves Nigerian government, that a lot of people will not feel you are insulting them or you are stepping on their toes, because a lot of people are so deep into that system of corruption that whenever you want to do anything right on that system, they will feel insulted. That is the same thing about this Nnamdi Kanu that a lot of people are saying that is very, very insultive, you know. And also to draw the attention of my people in Dokubo to this type of human being, this type of personality we are playing with. We need this man. I'm not saying this just for saying sake. We need this man, because it is this type of sincerity that can liberate the people. It is this type of sincerity that can move everybody forward. You know, everybody knows what is going on in that region. Everybody knows what is going on in our land. If a lot of people are sincere like this man, most of all those things will not be happening. So many people that are following Nnamdi Kanu, so many people that are following everything about him are not making mistakes. They know what they have seen. They know the type of sincerity they have seen in that man. And that is what is making them follow him, no matter whatever anybody says. You know, just come down and listen to everything this man said in this video. You'll be so surprised. I'll be right back.
There is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that If they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. Not in you cannot. Not in 1 trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
Fellow Biafra, October 1st, 1960, the British colonialists handed us over to another slave master, their own agent, the Futajelon Gambaris.
70 years old.
And since then, people from among us have gone to collaborate and team up with them to perpetuate this slavery. They have volunteered themselves to become tax masters to force our people to work.
You be mumu.
But the time is up. Biafra is here.
They wise.
We're just coming from a successful and very fruitful meeting with Muslim BIM. This collaboration among Biafrans will continue. We are just a step away from our freedom. Biafra bolate, Biafra bolate, Biafra bolato, Biafra bolate. All Biafrans should be happy. We should be in celebrating mood because these shackles of slavery will soon be thrown off. Biafra, Biawala, oh, hey, Biafra, Biawala, hey, Biafra, Biawala, oh, hey, Biafra, Biawala, hey, freedom is here. Biafra will be free.
Aisha Isufu has taxed Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors. Stop blaming government. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. By so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that see there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
But some have said that the governors have no power over the military. That it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs in their states, the division's commander, to sit and dialogue for a way forward? The answer is yes. So if you can do that, so indirectly it's still have power over the military. Now when it calls for security meeting, don't this man don't these guys attend in his various place? They do. So the president should not come and say that he does not have the governor should not come and say he does not have power. We still have killings in Imo State, Enugu State, and some other states. For how long can we continue in this path? The people are scared of their lives. The people cannot even access government, access those who they claim to be what? Electorate. We cannot access people that give us the mandate. So how long can they continue like this? So I think the government of these states on their own, they need to up their games. You must up your games as a governor if you don't want to be sacked come 2027.
But there's always been this fear that the votes of Nigerians does not count, and that is why our elected officials are acting this week. That as soon as our vote is counting, they will sit up knowing that if I don't perform, no second term for me. You agree with that statement?
Our vote does not count. I cannot say if our vote count or not, because I have not conducted any election. So what I'm to say is that people have lost confidence in the INEC.
The reason why they've lost
you've lost confidence because so many persons have seen the case of Hope Uzodinma when he but reason best the court knows why he had to give it to him, but someone who came forth in the election was uplifted and then he came forth. So the court cited some reasons which Hope Uzodinma became the governor. Reason best known to them. I am not in a position to speak for the court, but one thing is that INEC needs to be the trust of Nigerians again. You saw what happened in last election. As allegedly reports that result was changed in the RF quarter. So I don't know how true that allegation is, but see, it has been going viral. So these are things INEC need to repose that confidence in the average Nigerian. And for the governors too, how much is being given to you on a monthly basis? if you get money on a monthly basis, then why don't you make sure that these people who gave you the mandate to protect them, you can as well protect them too? Because the people cannot always be one-sided every time. The people need to benefit from dividends of democracy, and when they have to benefit from the dividends of democracy is by what? By inclusive governance. The people need to feel the government impact. Not every time you come on here and say on government has attacked the people, you come and start creating fear. These governments are even creating fear in the life of the ordinary man.
We've seen the governor of Enugu State who has declared that Monday is no longer a sit-at-home in Enugu State. When people are saying that, you are seeing that as because the governor. Can you come and secure our lives? I mean, the other people, because you see this sit-at-home every Monday. Some are doing it maybe out of respect for Nnamdi Kanu, but some are doing it out of fear. It is two ways. People are telling the governor, please find a way to secure that police cannot be everywhere. What do you think? Because sit at home every Monday, it might be affecting the economic activities in the southeast. What do you think that the governor can do, or the governors in the southeast can do?
Thank you for that one. I think sit at home every Monday is a commensurate to honor the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in incarceration for 4 years now and still counting. But what I want to say is that when there is a conflict in the land, the president himself needs to address this issue of Kanu. Let Kanu issue be settled out of court. If what Kanu is the son of the president, as a son, you can go, you can have a different view or different ideology and philosophy from what your father had. But why can't you, as a father, have you reached out to Kanu himself? And what I felt that the president ought to have done was, why Kanu was in decision, go and meet, let them bring Kanu to you, DSS. Sit down with Kanu, have a round table discussion with him.
But do you think that's possible? Because we saw
Buhari
could not
freedom. Buhari is different. See,
So,
these are two different people.
Yes.
If you want the security apparatus cannot be everywhere, and these guys are what? Overstretched.
Yes.
These guys are also overstretched. So the president is the father of the nation.
Yes.
Since the president is the father of the nation, he should at least reach out to this guy, even to the Ohanes in Igbo. Whenever he will want to invite some Igbo politicians and some Igbo stakeholders to sit on a round table and discuss with Kanu. You have conditions, give him your conditions. Send it to him. Because you see, this is the only way this thing about marginalization can stop. And the truth of our matter is that the Igbos are heavily marginalized in the country. And that is what, and that has breed a whole lot.
But do you think that giving them an opportunity, or yes, that's an opportunity, or finding a way, a consensus in 1999, Nigeria had a consensus on making a Yoruba man a president. In 2007, Nigeria had another consensus to make another man to be president. Do you think that Nigeria finding a way or making a consensus to make an Igbo man the president is going to make that marginalization or the agitations go down in the south?
Making an Igbo man be the president would at least work to some extent. It will help this issue of marginalization reduce a very long way, because if the Igbo man is the president, Peter Obi, you will not watch Peter Obi allowing Nnamdi Kanu to languish in detention, even if, because yes, that is his brother from his tribe. They are from same tribe. No, so why was Formidable released? It was let's go.
Yes.
So to some extent, it will help a long way. And as an Igbo man, he will speak in the language that the Igbos. Now I am one of your sons.
Yes.
You don't have any right to agitate.
Yes.
So that will help them. It will go a very long way for them too.
So I'm letting you go. I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, South Eastern Governors Forum. What should be their next step?
Southeastern Government Forum should at least make moves to meet with the president.
Yes.
To put an end to all this. That is the only way. Because if there's no end to all this, all we hear is killing, and then we are not in support of all this killing. It is not good for the future of the country. It's not good for the future of the country.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.